prayers till the other people will join.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Mataji, happy to have you back.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Srila Mataji. Hare Krishna Dandavat Pranam. Okay, so let's do the prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Desha Tarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Mukham karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yatkrupatamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Thank you everyone for joining in the
Hare
prayers.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Rama Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Sima Mataji. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll make someone okay. Who knows how to spotlight?
I can do.
Oh, I can.
Okay, Seema Mataji, I'll make you co-host then. Yeah, Mataji, please spotlight me. Thank you. So today we're going to discuss about the question number 1. Okay, so we are going very unconventionally. Generally, whenever someone takes a class or someone starts a program, they'll start with number 1. But we have started with different numbers and finally we have come back to number 1, question number 1 in the section 1. Okay, so how many of you have read the question? Can anyone raise the hand?
I've read it, Prabhuji.
Okay, can you raise the hand so that I can count? We have 15 people including me. So I have read. Okay, nice. Okay, fine. So at least more than half people have read. Very nice. Thank you so much for respecting my instruction of reading the question. Okay, so what we will do is, yet we will read one person. I'll lower all the hands. Okay, 1 second. Fine, thank you. Okay, so can one person raise the hand I want that person to read the question and answer both. I will share the screen. Okay, who's this? Once again, I'll check. Naresh Prabhu. Yeah, please read the question and answer both, Prabhu.
Okay, Prabhu. Prabhuji, I believed in Dharma Rakshita Rakshitaha. I'll follow right path and humanitarian grounds and perform my duties without doing any harm or never feel any jealous. It is essential to be devotional too. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I am happy to hear that your way of life. It is not easy to follow right path and to be humanitarian grounds and performing our duties without harming others and being envious or jealous of others. And when we live like in general, it is natural that we feel no need of devotion to God in our life. But we miss out many things that are very important to know. We think we are not harming anyone, but unknowingly we harm so many living entities while we function in this world. When we talk, many microorganisms die. When we walk, many ants die. When cook food or boil milk, many bacteria microbes die. So according to Manu Samhita, killing of any living being is crime, because all living beings are part and parcel of Krishna, and Krishna is friend of all living being, and he is the father of all living beings. So how can we say that we are good by killing many of our brothers and sisters? We are not, we are not doing it intentionally, but still we are reason for their death. So how can we escape from the sins of killing? All these resources that we use not owned by us, and for many of them we don't pay any charges. The sunlight, water, air, etc., these are not free. We have to pay them through many yagnas, etc., and no matter how many births we take, we cannot repay them back. We cannot repay them enough, sorry. So how to get over this? Everything belongs to Krishna, and we are just custodians of what we have. We can work to achieve something, but our efforts itself does not produce results. There are many divine factors that need to fall in place to get us what we want. So how we can acknowledge and avoid all elements that are invisible working for us? We are all souls, we are in this world, we are not from this world. We want happiness and peace, and this world is arranged in such a way that for a moment happiness we have to struggle for years. We want to live with our loved ones, but time and circumstances separates us some or other way. This world is not place for to stay forever. We are here to purpose, and that is to get purified and get back to home, the place where we belong to. So how can we go back to our real home? I am just giving you things briefly, but there are many things that conclude that devotion to Supreme Lord is the only and best way for us. Krishna is the Supreme Lord who can waive off our debts. Krishna can forgive for all our past sins and purify us so that we don't become sinful anytime. Krishna will take us back home because he is not born in this world like us. We want so many things, but most of the times we need to settle to things that we don't want, or something which does not satisfy our heart. In Krishna presence, through devotion, we can experience real happiness and real security and real goodness. Without devotion, we may be able to live moral life or ethical life for some time, but we cannot sustain it for a long time, because this world is so strong that our determination to be good can be broken at any time. Without Krishna, we cannot be good for a long time. Many people talk about morality and ethics, but many find it difficult to follow the path, because our impurities, lust, greed, anger, etc., does not allow us to stay long for good, stay good for long time. So without devotion, we run a very risky life, and we are sure to trapped in birth and death cycle perpetually. That's all I can say now. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Thank
So
you,
I
Prabhu.
just wanted to say few things. Then you can ask your follow-up questions or any doubts related to that. So first thing is dharmo rakshati rakshataha is something many people doesn't understand what is the underlying meaning of it. Okay, so many people will say like, if I follow the dharma will protect me. Okay, so similarly some people also write vriksho rakshati rakshataha. So if you protect the plants or the trees, they will also protect us. Yeah, there is interdependency on following the dharma and protection of uh, trees, etc. But underlying point is, first we should know what is dharma. Okay, so dharma has multiple meanings. So in Sanskrit or in the Sanatana Dharma, there are so many words or terms that cannot be directly translated into English or Telugu or any other language which we are speaking. So dharma is generally considered as religion. Okay, so we should know the three meanings of dharma. So first is dharma. Sometimes people will say about the moral duties or ethical duties. Okay, that is why sometimes when do some injustice to us, we sometimes say like, you know, idi dharmam kadu, ye dharam nahi hai, or this is not right, like that. And second meaning is dharma, people talk about maybe you belong to Haindava dharma, Islamic dharma, or Christian dharma. So we talk it on based on caste or religion in that way, in that context. But actual dharma is to follow the order. And what is the order? We being the soul, we are here and our innate nature is to serve Krishna. So when we are following that dharma, that duty, the real duty or the real constitutional position which soul has, if it is following the duties as per that position, then we call it as a dharma. So when we follow our dharma on that term that we are serving Krishna, because we are part and parcels of Krishna and we are eternal servants of Krishna. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Jivera Swarup Hoye Krishnera Nityadas. So he is always a servant of Krishna, and his happiness, his security, his freedom, everything lies when he serves Krishna. Otherwise he will be into misery. So what is our real dharma? That is following or the orders of Krishna, or following the orders of Guru, being always as a servant to Krishna, not as an enjoyer or not as a boss. Just like das we have to. Okay, so Krishnera Nitya Das. So if we are following this dharma, then dharma will definitely protect us. Because what is the protection that Krishna gives? The protection and the assurance what Krishna gives us, he can take us beyond this miserable world. Okay, so in that context, dharmo rakshati rakshataha. So if we are following the real dharma of the soul, that is to serve Krishna, then we are doing the right thing. But many people have a different meaning. They feel like I am living a moral life, I am just earning on my own, I am not doing any cheating, I am not hurting anyone, I am taking care of my family responsibilities, my parents, my children, and I am being like a social proper citizen of this nation or citizen of the society. So why I need a, you know, the option of or doing devotional service? So many people think that devotional service is an add-on option. Okay, so it is not an add-on option. It is the treatment that we have to take compulsory. So it's unconditional treatment which we have to take. So if someone is deceased and he says like, you know, I am not interested in taking treatment, then we will say you are a fool. Because if you don't take the treatment, you will suffer with the same disease for a long time. So similarly, we are into this material world because we have material disease of enjoying mentality, of being the lord of the world. That is what we want. We want to take the position of Krishna. So Krishna is the supreme enjoyer, but we also want to enjoy. So we are trying to imitate Krishna. So when we try to imitate Krishna, what will happen? We will suffer. When we try to serve Krishna, we will be happy. So some people will think that I am following all the rules and regulations of the nation or the society. So why I should have all this? But they forget so many other things which I mentioned in the answer, that we are killing so many people and we are not able to maintain our morality for a long time. So maintaining morality without God consciousness is a kind of flame which is in between the stormy winds. Okay, so anytime our flame of morality ethics can blow off, because we are living in the material world, things will be very, very terrible sometimes. And no matter how much we practice on our own with our own mind and intelligence, it is very difficult to maintain our morality. Some or other way, the lust or anger or hatred or whatever will take over, and all our morality will sit back. Only when we are God conscious, we can develop godly qualities, and we can maintain those godly qualities, and we can grow in that consciousness. So God consciousness or Krishna consciousness is like what you say, a protection shield for the flame of morality. So in general, when we see some, when we are children, we used to live in a two-tier city or a village. So there will be something called as lamps. Okay, so that lamp will be like, there will be cover of glass, and there will be flame inside. And even though the wind will come, it will not blow off, because there is a protection shield over there. So similarly, God consciousness will develop our morality ethics, and it will also protect. But if we are trying to maintain all this morality ethics apart from God consciousness or Krishna consciousness, then we are just running a very risky life. No matter how much we try, some or other day something will blow off. So we are not in a condition to choose whether to be devotional or not. We are in a condition where we don't have a choice. Like earlier, other things we might have two choices, A or B. But this devotion is like this only, the only choice we have. And that to Krishna consciousness, following the bhakti path is the best, easiest, surest, and quickest path. So that is why we have to choose devotion, not as an option, add-on option, but as a compulsory treatment. So you can ask any questions or anything you have on this. You can raise your hand if you have a question, so that one by one we will go. Yeah, Madhurima Mataji.
Can I?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Mataji.
Not about the question on the heading in section 1, there is a term called yoga ladder. That I could not understand. What is the meaning of yoga ladder? Hare
Okay,
Krishna.
fine. Fine, Mataji. So we'll take this question at the end. We'll
Okay.
ask for
Okay.
something more relative. Yeah, Naresh Prabhu.
Prabhuji, as you said that dharma rakshita rakshitaha, if we serve Krishna,
Hmm.
if we do practice, if we pray on Krishna,
Hmm.
as you said, we are protected by Krishna. But as I see, many of the devotees, many of the bhakt of Krishna, they will suffer in their life, in the life very hardly. So sometimes they will give up with Krishna, and they will like, I don't want to do any service. If I do many also, I'm gonna nothing I'm getting. So they will think in that way. So
Correct.
how can we think about Prabhuji, can you explain about it?
Yeah, I can got it. It's a very genuine question, because sometimes we come in Krishna consciousness thinking that if we take up Krishna consciousness, our problems will be solved, our suffering will go. Okay. But we see that devotees are also suffering. They also have issues. When the COVID comes, they are also COVID positive. So many things are there which they are also going through. So, and sometimes we see in the case of Parikshit Maharaj, who was a great devotee, but Krishna could not save him from the curse, right? He died in 7 days, as being said. So we can see so many times also, even in the ISKCON history, we have seen some people being attacked by the other mobs, and they got died in that attacks. And or some people have lost their leg or hand, or some injuries have happened. So we see,
Yeah.
like, whether Krishna is protecting, whether whatever scriptures say, Krishna say in Bhagavad Gita that I will protect you, is it really true? So what happens is, when we are very premature or immature in devotion, we will judge Krishna's mercy based on our physical protection or physical facilities. Okay, how much I am getting through devotion, how much I am protected through devotion on the physical level. But when we mature in bhakti, okay, when we are mature in Krishna consciousness, we will not see based on what Krishna is giving me materially, but we will see on the second and third level. That is, is my consciousness protected? Am I still have the taste for Krishna consciousness? Am I still feeling to serve Krishna? If that feeling is intact, then Krishna is already protecting us. Because if we are losing this interest in Krishna consciousness, if we are losing interest in serving Krishna, serving devotees, serving Guru, then actually the protection is going out. Okay, so devotees will see that. And the third level is Krishna's protection is not only on the material level, but it is on the spiritual level. Like in the case of Parikshit Maharaj, Krishna has not protected him on material level, but he has made him go back home, back to Godhead, by giving him the association of all the sages and all the Bhagavatam for the 7 days and 7 nights. And he has not only given the facility, but he also given the taste to listen. Because Parikshit Maharaj was listening to Srimad Bhagavatam without taking food, without taking water, without sleeping. Okay, so we sit for 2-3 hours and we feel tired, we feel hungry, we feel thirst, we feel distractions. But for 7 days and 7 nights, Parikshit Maharaj could listen to that. So Krishna has given him on the protection on the consciousness level by giving him the taste, and he has given the ultimate protection. That is, you will not come back again. Yad gatva na nivartante tad dhama paramam mama. So that protection he has given. So many people who give up Krishna consciousness, the problem with them is they come with a certain kind of expectation into Krishna consciousness, and they will try to judge Krishna's mercy, Krishna's protection based on what he is giving materially. See, basically, our karma, the karmic account that we have, might give us 100% reactions. But when we become Krishna conscious, we will get only some percentage of it. Okay, in the previous, in the other questions also, in the law of karma section, section 3 or section 2, I have told that one example, once a devotee was cutting vegetables in the kitchen and his finger got cut. So he went to Srila Prabhupada and he said, Prabhupada, I am cutting vegetables for Krishna. Why this has to happen? Then Prabhupada looked at his finger and said, your neck was supposed to be cut, but Krishna is so merciful that only your finger got cut. So we will see that suffering as per his karmic account has to be like neck cut. But because he was practicing Krishna consciousness, Krishna has given little bit. So why Krishna has to give that little bit also? Why not I actually make our life better? So two things. One is Krishna wanted to remind us about the nature of this world. This world cannot be a happy world. There will be only fantasy about having the world as a happy place. We cannot have, because Krishna says dukkhalayam ashashvatam. So it is a full of misery and it is temporary. So in this temporary miserable world, if we want permanent happiness, then we are just having false expectations. So Krishna want to remind us that this world is not a place to live. And second thing, why he gives, because it is also a test. Right? If I give little suffering, will you take it as a token or will you take it as a injustice? Because I am serving, so I should be free from all miseries. So sometimes the purification process will be like this. Even I will discuss this topic elaborately on the next to next Sunday when I talk about Prahlad Maharaj. So Krishna wanted to purify us from that expectation also, that by performing bhakti, I will get something. So this expectation also Krishna want to erase. So because of that, he sometimes gives suffering and sometimes he don't give us what we need also. Okay, so that we can intensify. So those who are matured, they will intensify their devotion and use all the suffering or misery as a fuel to increase their velocity in devotion. But if we are immature, if we are having some false expectations, we will give up Krishna consciousness. Does this answer, Narish Prabhu?
Yeah, I got it, Prabhu. So last finance, Prabhu, if we are in the suffering, for example, uh, we have started in the devotion.
Correct.
We have doing service to the Krishna, but in that stuff we will face some problems. In that problems also, if we remain Krishna, means that Krishna mercy is on us.
Yes.
Prabhu,
Yes.
is it right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got it, Prabhu. I have got the answer.
Thank you,
Thank
Prabhu.
you, Prabhu.
Hare
Hare
Krishna. Yeah, Rama Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
I have just one doubt.
Yes, ma'am.
If you are not killing that animal or any creature, but somehow we are giving her it little bit of tension, not little bit, to the maximum extent. So, what will be the punishment that we are going to get? Will it be again the same stress which we are giving the creature, or will it be something else? Like suppose we trap the mouse in the mouse trap.
Correct.
But after that, we just take that mouse and we'll leave it somewhere, and it will escape. It is not going to die, or we are not going to kill it.
Correct.
Okay, but the time that it is going to spend, like an hour or 2 hours, maybe we don't know how long it will be there in the trap.
Correct.
But that time it will have lot of tension, isn't it?
True.
So that tension we are giving knowingly, we are trapping that mouse, so we are giving it tension.
Correct.
So will Krishna give the same kind of tension to us, or will it be something else?
Yeah. So
Because we are not killing, but
correct. I got it. Yeah, Mataji. So we are not killing, but we are creating some uncomfortable, inconvenient, or painful situation for that particular living being. So how Krishna will consider this? So see, Krishna says in 4th chapter that Gahana Karmano Gati. That means the law of karma is so complicated and something so difficult to understand that even though we talk a lot about law of karma, how we will get reactions, etc., we will not able to trace out that whatever we are getting right now in our life, whether it is happiness or suffering, what is the cause of that. So we cannot have a correlation exactly based on our understanding. So it is always beyond our understanding. So now, having said that, when we are actually giving this kind of pain to any living being, first thing is we are not doing it unnecessarily. So if a mouse is troubling us in our home, okay, so it is encroaching on our property. Okay, so we have a, rats might create some diseases for us also. So for our protection, we might trying to restrict its activity. Okay, and how we can restrict its activity? By trapping it and by sending it somewhere which is far from our home. So here we are doing something necessary thing. Okay, if this activity can be avoided, then we could have avoided. But that mouse is coming again and again, and we are fearful. We are fearful of our safety and all. So we are taking a defensive activity, okay, necessary activity. So yes, in this activity also, though we can say that it is necessary, there is no guarantee that it is justified or it is enough to justify and it will give us no karma like that. But we are practicing Krishna consciousness. So what will happen is Krishna will consider this. First thing is you're not doing this thing for your sense gratification or for something unnecessarily. You're doing as a necessary thing. And while doing this necessary thing also, you are incurring some karma, but I will consider that. No issues. Because you are already on the path of purification. And the purpose of law of karma is purification. So if you are already on the path of purification, I will not impose all the karma onto you. I will only see something and I will ignore something. So Krishna is taking responsibility. That is why in the 9th chapter also he says that Kshipram bhavati dharmatma shashvachantim nigacchati kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. So even sometime a devotee may perform an abominable activity, but still he cannot be considered as a fallen because he is still on the devotional path and I can take care of him. So we might fall down, we might do some karma which is necessary, but Krishna will take care. Even when we are doing the getting the crop from the farming, there also a lot of killing is there. But when we are offering food to Krishna, when we are prayerful, then that time actually we are removing all the sins. Krishna is taking the responsibility. And in the Sunday class also, I told Krishna is the Lord of destiny. So if we are trying to serve him, he will take care of everything. So we need not worry about that. But we should not take these things for granted also. We should try to minimize our disinfecting or sanitizing activities like this. And we should try to avoid as much as possible. If we keep our house clean, then we can reduce the necessary killing also, right? Sometimes we use hit, we use all out, etc. So you see, if it is can be avoidable, then try to avoid. If not, then okay, Krishna will take care. You got your answer, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah, Divya Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Pranam.
Hare
I'm
Krishna,
sorry
Mataji.
I
Dhanyavad,
didn't
madam.
inform you, Prabhuji. I'm joined here first time in English
Thank you,
section
Mataji.
today itself. Because of last lecture I listened in YouTube, I was literally very much impressed about the lecture. I asked to Jayachandra Prabhuji, please, can you make sure that, can you please send me that link? I want to join and I want to listen more classes regarding that. Directly, I want to take that vibrations over there. Prabhuji, now you just told about the Nourish Prabhuji, what you given the answer. Literally today, I faced at the hospital. I have a literally hospital phobia. When I see that, what we say, CT scan and endoscopy, next level test. Today, complete endoscopy and scan regarding both tests simultaneously done in at a time. It was very painful test, but I took the, what you said, I took that only, Prabhuji. Whatever the Krishna will give, take it in it is very good. Maybe her decision want to, I want to go through this also. Okay, fine, I am ready to face it, that also. Now so many days I faced a lot of things. This is another thing. It's not new thing I'm facing, but because of what we say, negative thinking about the negative vibrations, I used to think that always, whatever today Nitai Sivani Mataji is also told, that it is really connected to me, because I did so many lot of mistakes previously. Because of my negative thinking, because of my overthinking about the what the Mataji told about the boss story at office. No, the boss didn't smile. Because of that, so many reactions our mind will do. That really I did, Prabhuji. That really I came, when I came to Krishna conscious. When I giving the lecture, now nobody is not reacting, means I am did something wrong. Maybe it's going like this. I'm simultaneously inside. It's running so many thoughts. Properly on the way of doing more chanting, it's become more what we say, it's become more break పడిపోయినట్టు అయింది. అంటే వాటికి అన్నిటికీ లూప్ హోల్స్ అన్నిటికీ మ్యాన్ హోల్స్ క్లియర్ అయిపోయి, what we say, the pipeline has been closed. Now stop it here. It's over. Whatever you done, you did what of the lot of mess you did in complete area. Now it's a cleaning time. I want to clean. The Krishna decided like that. It has up to all complete first 6 months I did lot of mistakes, Prabhuji, and next 6 months, whatever the complete house is clean, but dust is there literally. And last final, I noticed I wrote everything, how the improvement is going on my complete year. The progress report was very good. It was not, I'm not telling that it is 100% mark. Literally, I improved 50%. And now I thought this 50% is utilized in now, and I should make this progress card up to 60%. Later on, I will think about the 100%. I'm not sure that I will go to reach 100%, but because of chanting, it's using all the things, whatever we are giving to offer to Krishna, later deity worship, listening the classes, how to talk with our superiors, whoever the guru, Siksha guru who's there, how to mingle with those people, and how to control with the patience and Sarala Bhav. How to reciprocate with others also. I learned a lot of things. Simultaneously, it should be known in previously also, but how to implement it, we don't know rightly. Why? Because in home, there are a lot of restrictions. No, you should not talk like this. You should not do like this. But in Krishna consciousness, there is literally so much freedom is there. You can tell your own version, own points. Every person have a different thought process of telling, preaching also, doing such a behavior manners also. But in Krishna conscious, better, I thought that the same type of people, this many people are there in front of me, I doesn't know this. Why? Because literally in materialistically, I compare both the things, Prabhuji. What I noticed means, if you feel that you are such a pure person, but nobody will be like that, they will break your trust. Literally, I damn sure, I think so many times it's happened to me only. Why? I don't know, but it's happened to me. Maybe Krishna arrangement is like that. See, the material world is like this. Don't go this way. Don't go this way. But simultaneously came to the Krishna conscious. if you think, if you be humble with those people also, maybe some fine day they will also become so prema bhav, they will develop prema bhav, and they will how many times I have to kick the dog, always, always, always. One fine day I have to take her, what do you want to eat something, can I give you some grains, some food, some biscuits you need you. That's type of mental, I saw literally in 1 year in my family itself. I saw that change, Prabhuji. Literally, I'm telling openly. I'm sorry. I'm sharing this point. I'm taking your, but it is more useful that I lost my pains in previously. Now it's not repeating my what we say another year also. It is not repeating. I
Good,
ended up over
Mataji.
there, but I'm progressing. Today, I want to share one thing, Prabhuji, because of better suggestions. I am also from psychological student, but when you come to yourself, you don't know your points. Someone you have to remind you also. When it will come, every doctor will can't give their injection himself, no, Prabhuji. Someone should be there to notice what you are doing, where is you are doing some mistakes, where the right is going, where the wrong is going. Because of that, I changed my complete things, Prabhuji. It's going very goodly. I'm not telling I'm giving 100%, but it's doing, the changes is coming, Prabhuji. And I noticed that thing. And today, the one best thing has happened. When I went to the hospital also, because of this positive vibration, I took my stand very seriously. I given my test was very good because of mind control. I thought that it is there in my inside mind. That's why I'm suffering till long the period. Today, the disturbance has been broken down, and what we say, that's end is happened. Whatever the bomb is blasting is over. It's completed in 5 years. Now it's what the బాంబు పేలిన తర్వాత ఒక ప్రశాంతత, ఒక సన్నాట ఉంటుంది చూడండి, అలా అయిపోయింది ప్రభుజీ. లిటరల్లీ ఇట్ వాస్ అ గుడ్
Good,
చేంజ్.
Mataji. You continue all this. Don't stop here. Continue. Okay.
No, Prabhuji. I want to take this further also. If somebody will come in front of me also in Krishna conscious, as a facilitator, somebody in suffering means, I will share these points also. Better, they will also useful and they can also change.
Good, yeah.
Yes,
Thank you,
Prabhuji.
Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you for sharing. So we have one message. Radha Mataji is there. Okay, she a little bit left. So Radha Mataji from our group got COVID positive. So she asked for the prayers from all of us. So please pray for her so that she can get well. And yeah, Seema Mataji, you have a question?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Prabhuji, I have a garden. So I have to use for sure pesticides for the mealybugs and spider attack and all. I have tried to avoid those so many times, but they have spoiled my plants so many
Okay.
times.
Hmm.
In that case, I have to use that pesticides, Prabhuji. That is my
Yeah.
hobby. I can't stop planting this.
Okay.
Gardening is my hobby, Prabhuji, so I can't stop it. And I can't even ignore the pesticides also. There's a severe pest attack, especially on the flowering plants.
Okay. So what do you want?
You give me the suggestion what I have to do.
So you already said I can't stop. So what I can say
Because
now?
the flowers are for Krishna only, Prabhuji. The garden is for Krishna only.
No, but did Krishna ask you?
But that is my intention to give that flowers.
Yeah, so see, basically we want to serve Krishna, and sometimes we get different ideas how to serve Krishna. Krishna might like this, so I want to do this thing for Krishna. But if that process is involving too much of what you say, himsa or the violence, then we should reduce it. Okay, so sometimes we might have a big desire that I want to build a big altar for Krishna in my house. So for that I need at least 2 crores of villa. In that I can build this villa. But what happens is maybe we had a desire to do exalted or exuberant altar worship, but for that we have to work too much hard because we need that money. We have to pay loans, etc. So what we can do is we have to be intelligent, where we can put less efforts, where we can put less violence, and still we can serve Krishna. That kind of options we have to choose. And in terms of gardening, yeah, gardening definitely requires pesticides and all. But if gardening is
I am
something
still
which is not,
mistake. I am minimizing it to that extent that I have lost few plants also.
yeah, okay. So see, plants is also living being, okay. For 5 plants, if you are killing 5 million living beings, so you can do this maths, whether really we want to do it or not. Because to save those plants, which are also living beings, you have to kill other living beings. So when you have plants, definitely it is good ecologically also, but maybe you can have some other plants which doesn't need so much of pesticides, because we can grow so many other plants also which doesn't need so much of care through pesticide or something. So try to go for different plants where you can reduce this violence.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is
But
the one thing. Yeah. Yeah. You asking something?
no, Prabhuji, yes. I have to learn this because whenever I go to nursery, I get the craving that I have to get so many plants.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. One moment, Sheila Mataji. So your answer you got, Sima Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, Sheila Mataji.
No, I just wanted to give answer to Sima Mataji.
Yeah,
There is a
give.
biopesticide,
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
which
but
there,
neem oil I'm
in that
using.
in that there is no killing insects.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason
In
I
that
think they again come back. Neem oil is the natural. That's the reason again they.
Okay, so what you do is you and Sheila Mataji discuss this topic separately, because this is going into something
No,
nursery,
Prabhuji.
and
I just want to know, will this again add the karma to us or not? That's it.
it will
Otherwise,
add, Mataji. It will add whatever we are doing. It will add. Okay, but only thing is how much we can avoid, and are we going in a right path? Because we have to make sure that whatever service we want to take up or whatever we want to offer to Krishna, that should not become something very complicated or something very involves some kind of killing or some kind of stress to other people. So try to be simple, and before it becomes a big habit which you cannot give up, better start avoiding from right now. As you said, I cannot give up, so that's what I wanted to say.
thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji.
I'll take
Yeah,
out the
Kritika
opportunity.
Mataji. Yeah,
Hare
yeah,
Krishna
Kritika Mataji.
Prabhuji.
Yeah,
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. One
Hare
quick
Krishna.
question, Prabhuji, like regarding this mosquitoes thing, Prabhuji, like
Hmm.
how to control that immediate reflex we get when it bites us. Actually, if it is sitting on us, we just push it aside. But if it bites us somewhere unknowingly, we just by like we have been used to that kind of reflex and we just beat it. So how to avoid that, Prabhuji? Like,
Okay, I'll tell how I avoid. It may be helpful for you.
yes,
Okay.
Prabhuji.
So yeah, as you said, whenever a mosquito comes and tries to bite me, in general, before coming to Krishna consciousness, I used to do like this. Okay, so
Yes.
direct death. Sometimes it will be die, sometimes it will fly away. But now after being Krishna conscious, I'll just blow. Okay, I'll just make sure that it just flies away somewhere else. But in spite of that, some mosquitoes will definitely bite us. Okay, if we are in an environment where there are so many mosquitoes. So when that mosquito
Now itself it is coming,
bites me,
Prabhuji.
huh?
Now itself it is coming, Prabhuji, in front of
Yeah,
me.
now it is coming. Okay. So two things we have to remember. One is why so many mosquitoes are coming, because maybe the environment is not clean enough. Okay, we should try to put so many other barricades of like thin net, etc., or we have to keep the things clean at our home, in our vicinity. So we might be not taking care of them, that thing. And second thing is, we have to remind ourselves that the mosquito is doing its own duty only, that blood is the food for that, and it is doing its duty sincerely. Okay, it doesn't have any enmity towards us, it doesn't have any pre-plan to torture us, it is just doing its natural behavior. So we should ask ourselves, we being human, are we doing our natural behavior? So are we praying to Krishna? Are we doing devotional service? Are we fulfilling all the responsibilities as a human being? Are we eating the food that is only prescribed for us, or we are going for unnecessary eating? So this might look a little bit philosophical, but everything, that every living being or everything in our surroundings will try to teach us something. So if we come if we change ourselves in the mode of a student, then nothing actually looks like a torture. Everything looks like a learning. Okay, if some person is not behaving well with us, we can think like a student. Okay, what this person is trying to teach me, what Krishna is trying to teach me through this person, what nature is trying to teach me. So if we take that student position, we will actually avoid killing them or getting frustrated by their bites. But we will start thinking about, or we will start using every bite of that mosquito as our dose for learning. So this is what I do. Whenever something bites me or someone tortures me, I will just feel like, even if my own mind tortures me, I will try to learn what it is trying to teach me. Okay, maybe it is trying to teach me that mind is still the controller. I am not still Krishna conscious. Or it might be teaching me that I still have the feeling that enjoying mentality is far better than service mentality. So some or other way, if we try to dig out the learnings from every activity of every living being and every object around us, then we will become more peaceful actually. We will not be worried about it. And third thing is, try to apply some cream like Odomas or something, the mosquito repellent, so that you can be protected. Because every time if you become a good student, you might become a good patient also, because you might get malaria and typhoid. So you have to take care by not killing, and at the same time, sometimes we cannot avoid, so we can be philosophical and be thought provoking person rather than a stubborn person who just thinks only one solution, Alexander's way of thinking, just kill it. Okay, does this answer your question, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Yeah, any other questions?
Prabhuji, if we think like this, means when you are sweeping and cleaning also, so many germs and everything will be there on the floor also. It may also die, no, Prabhuji?
Yeah, but that is something unavoidable, Mataji. In our temples also, we use some kind of harpic or etc.
For that it won't apply the karma, Prabhuji.
Where?
When you clean the floor and rather.
It will apply, Mataji. It will apply. But we need not take much concern about that. Okay. See, if you are not God conscious now, if you are not Krishna conscious, if you are not doing chanting, if you are not doing devotional service, then you have to consider everything.
Okay.
But if you are Krishna conscious, whatever your natural duties are there, natural responsibilities, in that process, if something happens, Krishna will take care. We need not worry much about it. Otherwise, what will happen is the analysis of karma will give us paralysis. We will not be able to do anything. We will start thinking like, even if we fell down in the floor, we might start thinking, is it my past karma that I have done something to this floor? Because of that, it is now making me fall down. So we'll become into too much analytical. So understanding of karma has to be limited and has to be implemented, or you would say understood in a way that will actually increase our devotion. Okay, it should not bind us in some analysis. Okay, so we should know like we are doing so many sinful activities knowingly or unknowingly, and Krishna is the only shelter to get away from this. So I will reduce my activities, I will reduce the violence in my life, and I will also become more prayerful, so Krishna will take care. So this is the learning we have to get from law of karma. Okay, Mataji.
Thanks, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, some questions are there in the. Okay, Bindu Mataji has asked a question. Prabhu, as you said that if we don't take treatment, then as you said, we are fools, honey. But in COVID treatment, I mean, during process of treatment, virus, microorganisms must be killed. Do sin account goes on patient or doctor? Both. Doctor will also incur, and we also incur. But that is a natural process, because see, killing a microbe to make sure a human being survive is not considered as a gross karma, because human life is very, very important and very, very precious. So if someone is threatening for a human life, killing that particular living being is not a big sin. Okay, so that is why even it is being said, killing of snakes and scorpions is being enjoyed by the saints also. That means even the saints who see everyone in everyone as a Paramatma, Panditaha Samadarshinaha, those also will enjoy the killing of snakes and scorpions. So why? Because snakes and scorpions are unnecessarily killing a human being. They just bite and we die. So precious human life is getting died because of that. So that is why if snake is attacking or scorpion is attacking, killing that thing is not at all considered as a sin. Similarly, if some virus is there because of that, which we might die. So taking vaccination or taking treatment for that is not considered as a gross sin. Yeah, there will be little minor karma will be there, but that is need not be thought about it much. It's okay.
No, no, my question is who are giving for them also it goes and who are also two sides effect on it.
Who?
Suppose if you're killing, so virus you're killing, so you're killing by yourselves because you're taking medicines or something, you're killing the antibiotics only, you're killing the microorganisms. And the person who prescribed also, it goes to his account only.
Correct. Yeah, both will get, but we cannot avoid this activity and we are doing this activity for a higher purpose. Na? We are not doing this activity for sense gratification. We are doing this activity for protection. Okay. So even in the Vedic times, Ayurvedas are there, right? So the herbs and all will be used to cure something, some virus or something. Now we are taking antibiotics. The other way of antibiotics were plants and herbs. So that time also they are killing only, no? So the Vaidya or the Ayurvedic doctor who used to be there, the patients who used to be there, so they will also incur some sin. Okay, but that is not to be considered so seriously, because that is not done in the perspective of any sense gratification or any selfish thing. Okay, that is the, even when we are given this body, we also have one duty to protect this body. So during that protection, if we are killing something or if we for the sustenance we are killing someone, then it is okay. Okay, that can be considered. That is why devotion is not an add-on option. It is must, because no matter how much we try to justify our actions and no matter how much we fight like a lawyer against the law of karma, telling that, I have taken to protect myself only, I don't have any sense gratification, I don't have such intentions, so this karma should not be given to me. So we cannot fight like that. So that is why devotion is the only way. Krishna will fight from us, from our side, because he is the lord of destiny. He will decide whether to give or not. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. And any other question? Like mosquitoes, we have same issue with ants and spiders in kitchen. No matter how much we clean, it will be, they come for sure. Yeah, what you can do now. So try to keep clean as much as possible. फिर भी आते हैं तो, see in my room, this room, no, I generally clean this room. Okay. So I see a spider, no, I'll try to catch it delicately and I'll try to throw it outside. Okay, because I don't want it to get killed. But some spiders we cannot even see. हम ऐसे झाड़ू मार रहे हैं and they get die. तो उसमें हम कितना care लेंगे? And when I take my bike out of the gate, during that gate line, no, some ants will be there. So sometimes I try to avoid them. Like today I was washing my clothes, so there near that wash area there were few ants. So I decided that I'll wait till that ants will go, then I'll wash. So I try to avoid sometimes, but sometimes you cannot avoid. So you cannot get stuck in this because we have different activities to perform. So there are certain activities which to some extent we can avoid in some times, but sometimes you cannot. Like if I'm in a rush to do some service and I'm just running here and there, and in that process some ants are getting killed. So we cannot wait that ants all to pass away, then I will do the service. So we have to prioritize and we have to know what is our limits and how much we can protect the other living beings, how far we cannot protect. So this is all comes with an experience, and when we are getting matured in devotion, when we are becoming more sincere and pure, Krishna will also give less opportunities of violence. Okay, Krishna will also not let all the mosquitoes go here and there and bite you. Okay, so Krishna will take care from his side also because we are doing service. So this management is done on a very subtle level. So we might talk so many things as if we know whose account is how much and who is gonna listen to us. So law of karma is working on their own. Okay, Krishna might be smiling and thinking like, oh, you are talking about law of karma, so many things. You still don't know even a gram of it. Okay. So why we are discussing all these things? So that we can become more aware of the laws and the factors beyond our control, and we want to be more sober, more humble, and more compassionate towards other living beings. So in that way we try to function. Even after that, if something is happening, then कितना ध्यान रखोगे? We are all finite beings with limited resources, limited capacity. सब कुछ limited है हमारे पास. So with that limited, whatever is possible, we'll try to do. उसके beyond कुछ नहीं हो रहा है तो क्या करेंगे? Okay. So yeah, Bindu Mataji, you again raised your hand. You done? Okay. Fine. So it's 8:30. If no one has any question, we can close the session. Thank you, Tanupriya Mataji. I remember to record, so I started the recording.
Yes, Prabhuji, I saw. I got a message when I joined that recording is already started.
Already started,
So I
yes.
didn't wanted to.
Thank you, Mataji. So thank you everyone for joining. We will try to have these kind of sessions more and more in future also. And I'm happy that you are coming by reading the question. And I believe there is a difference, isn't it? After you reading and coming, and we have some more focused conversations. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So
Correct.
we'll try to
Prabhuji.
have one more question like that. Yeah, Jayachandra Prabhu.
ప్రభుజీ ఇది ఐ మీన్ ఇప్పుడు అవార్డు ఇచ్చారు కదా, పద్మశ్రీ, పద్మభూషణ ఇలాంటివి. తలైమాకు, మదర్ తెరీసాకి నోబెల్ బహుమతులు ఇచ్చారు కదా.
కరెక్ట్.
మన శీల ప్రభుపాలు వాళ్ళు ఇంత చదివారు, సంస్కృతం అంతా తెలుసు, చాలా చాలా పురాణాలను చదివి ఏమో చేసి ఇన్ని ఇస్కాన్ టెంపుల్ ఎంతో కష్టపడి చేసి ఎంతో చేశారు. వాళ్ళకేమి ఇలాంటివి ఏమి ఇవ్వరా? ఆధ్యాత్మికంగా వచ్చే వాళ్ళకి ఇలాంటివి ఉండవా? సోషల్ గా సేవ చేసే వాళ్ళకైనా ఈ అవార్డ్స్?
ఇప్పుడు రీసెంట్ గా మనకి 125th కమమరేటివ్ కాయిన్ ఒకటి వచ్చింది కదా. సో బేసిక్లీ ఒక్కొక్కటి మనం అర్థం చేసుకోవాల్సింది ఏంటంటే, ఇన్ దిస్ మటీరియల్ వరల్డ్ స్పిరిచువల్ యాక్టివిటీస్ విల్ నాట్ బి అప్రిషియేటెడ్ సో మచ్. Okay, so just like anyone, we don't have a Nobel Prize category in spirituality. If that is there, then I think Srila Prabhupada would have got it, because he is the one who has done so much. So we have so many other acharyas also who has to take. But the thing is, even that award is material, Gada. And why we want any award from which is material from a material person with a materialistic mentality? So all the awards we are getting, all the pure devotees getting so many awards from Krishna directly. So they don't care much about it. Even we as devotees.
ఓకే ప్రభుజీ, అది వేరే విషయం. కానీ ఇంత చేసి ఇన్ని సంస్థలు ఇంత వయసులో పోయి ఇన్ని ఇస్కాన్ స్థాపించి టెంపుల్స్ అన్ని చేసి ఇంత భక్తులకు అంత మానవత్వంగా హ్యూమన్ బీయింగ్ ఉండాలని చెప్పి ఇవన్నీ చెప్తా వచ్చారు కదా.
కరెక్ట్.
అన్ని జరుగుతున్నాయి, అంత జరుగుతున్నాయి. దానిలో కూడా ఇవ్వచ్చు. తలేమా ఏముంది, ఆయన మామూలుగా చేసి ఆయన నాన్ వెజ్ తింటాడు, అన్ని తింటాడు, అన్ని చేస్తారు కదా అతను.
బట్ అదే దట్ ఈస్ ద నేచర్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ వరల్డ్ అండి. అంతే. ఎందుకంటే ఇక్కడ స్పిరిచువల్ గా మనం ఎంత గొప్ప పనులు చేసినా సరే కష్టం. ఎందుకంటే ఈవెన్ స్టిల్ పీపుల్ ఫీల్ దట్ వై టు వేస్ట్ మనీ ఇన్ టెంపుల్, బిల్డింగ్ టెంపుల్స్, వై నాట్ గివ్ ఇట్ ఫుడ్ ఫర్ ది నీడీ పీపుల్, అట్లా అనేసి థాట్స్ ఉంటాయి. బట్ ఒక టెంపుల్ ఎంత సర్వీస్ చేస్తుంది అనేసి ఎవరు దాన్ని క్వాంటిఫై చేయలేరు. ఇప్పుడు ఫర్ సపోజ్ ఇస్కాన్ హ్యాబిట్స్ టెంపుల్ ఉండడం వల్లనే అక్కడ డివోటీస్ ఉండడము, డివోషనల్ ప్రాక్టీస్ జరగడము, మనలాంటి వాళ్ళకి జూమ్ లాంటి ప్లాట్ఫామ్ దొరకడము. So many facilities being created to practice devotion only because there is one temple. And definitely to run a temple, there will be investment, there will be expenditure, etc. So it is like, when people are not spiritually mature, they will not appreciate. ఇప్పుడు మీకు ఒక విషయం గురించి తెలుసు అనుకోండి, అందులో ఎంత, ఇప్పుడు ఫర్ సపోజ్ నేను పాట పాడతాను, ఓకే, కానీ మీకు అసలు పాటల గురించి ఇంట్రెస్టే లేదు, ఎప్పుడు మీరు పెద్దగా పట్టించుకోలేదు. సో మీ జీవితంలో నేను పాడడం వల్ల ఏం తేడా రావట్లేదు అనుకోండి, మీరు నన్ను అప్రిషియేట్ చేస్తారా? చేయరు కదా. సో సిమిలర్లీ ఇక్కడ మన గవర్నమెంట్ అయినా పొలిటీషియన్స్ అయినా వాళ్ళు ఏం చూస్తారంటే, ఏది ఫేవరబుల్ గా ఉంది, ఏది బాగా కనపడుతుంది, ఓకే, ఏంటి బాగా జస్టిఫై చేయొచ్చో దాని బేస్ మీదనే అవార్డులు అనేది ఎక్కువగా ఉంటాయి అన్నమాట. సో ఇఫ్ మదర్ తెరీసా ఇస్ డూయింగ్ సో మెనీ గుడ్ థింగ్స్, ఓకే, Definitely, she has done many good things and she might have given many learnings about God also. Okay, but యాక్చువల్గా మదర్ తెరీసాని ఇప్పుడు కన్సిడర్ చేసేది ఏంటంటే తన కంపాషన్ కోసం. ఓకే, సో తనకి ఏదైతే కరుణ ఉందో దానివల్ల తను ఎక్కడి నుంచో వచ్చి ఇక్కడ కోల్కతాలో చాలా మంది అనాథ పిల్లలకి చాలా చేసింది. సో హ్యూమానిటేరియన్ లెవెల్లో తను చాలా గ్రేట్ వర్క్ చేసింది. ఓకే, సో అలా మీరందరూ కూడా బాగుండాలి, మీరు బాగుంటే దేశం బాగుంటుంది అనే మెంటాలిటీ ఉంటుంది కాబట్టే మదర్ తెరీసాకి ఇవ్వచ్చు. ఓకే, కానీ ఇక్కడ కూడా థాట్స్ అనేది కంట్రీ వరకే లిమిటెడ్గా ఉంటాయి పొలిటీషియన్స్కి. దే డోంట్ థింక్ లైక్ యూ యాజ్ అ సోల్ హ్యాస్ టు గో బ్యాక్ హోమ్ బ్యాక్ టు గాడ్ హెడ్ అనేసి ఉండదు. సో బికాస్ ఆఫ్ దాట్ ఏంటంటే అన్ని అవార్డ్ కేటగిరీస్లో స్పిరిచువాలిటీ అనేది ప్రాపర్గా రాదు. మహా అయితే న్యూస్లో స్పిరిచువాలిటీ ఎప్పుడు వస్తుందంటే ఏదో బాబా, ఫేక్ బాబా వచ్చి ఏదో మోసాలు స్కామ్లు చేస్తే బాగా పాపులర్ చేస్తారు తప్ప శ్రీల ప్రభుపాద్ గురించి ఎన్నిసార్లు మాట్లాడతారు.
భారత రత్న ఇవ్వాలి ప్రభుజీ అసలు శ్రీల ప్రభుపాద్ గారికి.
యా ఇవాళ శ్రీల ప్రభుపాద్కి అన్ని
అందుకే
అవార్డులు
అది
వస్తాయి.
మనం డెవలప్ అవుతున్నాం ప్రభుజీ, మెటీరియల్ గా డెవలప్ అవుతున్నాం, కానీ స్పిరిచువల్ చెప్పినా కూడా అర్థం చేసుకునే అంత పరిపక్వత, అంత జ్ఞానం, అంత కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్ జనాలు తీసుకోరు. ఏ వేస్ట్ ఆఫ్ టైం, ఏం వింటారు, వెళ్ళిపోండి ఇక్కడ నుంచి, ఇలా మాట్లాడతారు ప్రభుజీ. I feel literal when you give Bhagavad Gita, don't see that Bhagavad Gita, it is no use, no purpose, ఇలా మాట్లాడుతున్నారు.
ఈవెన్ అవార్డ్ ఇచ్చినా ఇవ్వకపోయినా సరే ఇప్పుడు యాక్చువల్గా ఎవరైతే అవార్డు తీసుకున్నారో వాళ్ళకి అవార్డు ఇవ్వడం వల్ల ఎంత మార్పు జరిగిందో కూడా చూడాలి. లైక్ మదర్ తెరీసాకి అవార్డు ఇవ్వడం వల్ల ఎంతమందికి కంపాషన్ పెరిగింది, రైట్? తలైవాకి అవార్డు ఇవ్వడం వల్ల ఎంతమందికి ఆ డెడికేషన్ అనేది పెరిగింది. సో ఇటువన్నీ చూసుకున్నప్పుడు వి విల్ సీ లైక్ మేబీ పెరుగుంటుంది కానీ స్టిల్ నెగ్లిజిబుల్ అనమాట. So that is the reason, even if Srila Prabhupada or many of his disciples who are doing tremendous devotional service, okay, అన్ని అవార్డులు వాళ్ళకి ఇవ్వచ్చు. ఇప్పుడు జయపతాక స్వామి మహారాజ్ కండిషన్ చూస్తుంటే ఆ కండిషన్ లో కూడా లైక్ మనకు మెసేజెస్ వస్తుండే కదా, హీ వాస్ ప్రీచింగ్ టు ది డాక్టర్స్.
పెద్దది ఏదైనా ఉంటే ఇవ్వాలి ప్రభుజీ, ప్రభుపాద్కి కానీ జయపతాక మహారాజ్, ఎందుకంటే దే ఆర్ డూయింగ్ నెక్స్ట్ లెవెల్ సర్వీసెస్ అంటారు. ఎక్స్ట్రీమ్ లెవెల్, బియాండ్ హ్యూమన్ బాడీ, అంటే ఇంకా కంప్లీట్ గా శుద్ధ సత్వ స్థాయి అంటారు చూడండి, ఆ లెవెల్లో అన్నమాట. అది అందరిలో రాదు ప్రభుజీ. జనరల్ గా చెప్పాలంటే ఇవి వర్డ్స్ చెప్పడానికి ఉంటుంది కానీ ఫేస్ చేసేటప్పుడు ప్రతి వాడికి వాడి పెయిన్ గుర్తొస్తుంది తప్ప ఇవన్నీ స్పిరిచువల్ గా చెప్పినా గుర్తు పెట్టుకోరు. ఎందుకంటే రీసెంట్లీ మా నాన్నగారి బ్రదర్ ఇప్పుడు కోవిడ్ తో లిటరలీ డయాలసిస్ ప్లస్ వెంటిలేటర్ మీద ఉన్నారు. తనకి మొన్న వీడియో కాల్ చేస్తే నేను ఒకటే చెప్పాను, లాస్ట్ లో మనకి లైఫ్ నువ్వు అన్ని చూసావు డాడీ, ఆల్మోస్ట్ లిటరల్ గా మీరు హరే కృష్ణ మహామంత్రం ఇప్పుడు జపించుకోండి, మేబీ బెటర్ లైఫ్ వస్తుందని. నిజం ప్రభుజీ, అది చేశారు. విత్ ఇన్ 2 days లో పాపం రూమ్ కి షిఫ్ట్ అయిన వ్యక్తి, మరి కృష్ణ ప్లాన్ అలా ఉందేమో, అంటే తన సోల్ తీసుకెళ్లాలని. ఇప్పుడు రేపో ఎల్లుండో అన్నట్టున్నారు, బట్ హీస్ మోర్ హ్యాపీ. నాకు అనిపించింది తన సోల్ నిజంగా హ్యాపీగా ఉందని. అది మనకు అనుభూతి అవుతుంది ప్రభుజీ. ఆ కాన్షియస్ కొంచెం డెవలప్ అవుతే, హ్యాంటింగ్ మీద గ్రిప్ తెలిస్తే మనకి ఆ కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్, మనకు ఆ వైబ్స్ తెలుస్తాయి, అంటే అవతల పర్సన్ అవుతున్నట్టు.
సో జయచంద్ర రెడ్డి ప్రభు, యూ గాట్ యువర్ ఆన్సర్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ దిస్ డిస్కషన్.
అంతే ప్రభుజీ, ఇది కలియుగం కదా, అసలే వెళ్తా ఉంటుంది, మరి మన చేతుల్లో ఏం లేదు. కానీ మనసులో మనకు తెలుసు, ఎందుకంటే ప్రభుపాలు వాళ్ళంతా ఎంత లెవెల్, ఏం కథ. ఈ భగవద్గీత ఎంతో మంది ఎన్నో రకరకాలు రాశారు, కానీ యథార్థమ భగవద్గీత అని ఆయన రాసి ప్రతి ఒక్కటి క్లియర్ అర్థమయ్యేట్ చేసి, ఇస్కాన్ ఎక్కడున్నా ఇస్కాన్ సంస్థలో ప్రతి ఒక్కరు ఒకే రకంగా చెప్పడం, ఒకే సిస్టమ్, ఒక పద్ధతి అనేది అది చూస్తే ఎట్లాటోళ్ళకైనా చాలా ఇదే వస్తుంది అనమాట. ఎలాంటి స్వార్థం లేకుండా ప్రతి ఒక్కరు మారాలి, దేవుని భగవంతుని చేసుకోవాలా, ప్యూర్ అవ్వాలి, ఆధ్యాత్మికంగా ముందుకెళ్ళాలి. మన కృష్ణ భగవానుడు ఎంత ప్యూర్గా ఉన్నాడో మనం కూడా అంత ప్యూర్ అవ్వాలంటే ఎన్నో కష్టపడాలి, ఎన్నో కష్టాలు వస్తుంటాయి. ఎందుకంటే నువ్వు కృష్ణ భగవాన్ లాగా ప్యూర్ కాలేదు కదా, కావాలంటే నీకు ఎన్నో కష్టాలు ఇస్తుంటాడు. ఆ కష్టాలను అనుభవించుకుంటే ఇంకా ట్రై చేస్తా, ఇంతే కాదు ఇంకా ఇస్తాడు, ఇవన్నీ నేను ఇంకా కరెక్ట్ గా నిలబడాలని చెప్పి అలా ముందుకు కృష్ణ లెవెల్కి వస్తాం, మనము పర్ఫెక్ట్ గా ఇది అవుతాం.
ఇంకో లెవెల్లో ఒకవేళ మనం ఆలోచిస్తే మనం అవార్డు పిచ్చోళ్ళు అవ్వద్దని కృష్ణ ఈస్ స్టాపింగ్ ఆల్ దిస్ అనుకోవచ్చు. లేకపోతే ఒకరికి అవార్డు దొరికితే నెక్స్ట్ అవార్డు ఎవరికి రావాలనే వేలో కూడా మన మైండ్ వెళ్ళొచ్చు. ఎందుకంటే మనం కంటామినేటెడ్ కాన్షియస్నెస్ కాబట్టి మనకి పేరు, పదవి, పరువు, స్తోమత వీటన్నిటి గురించి ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి ఇట్ ఈస్ వెరీ గుడ్ దట్ నో అవార్డ్స్ ఆర్ గివెన్ ఫర్ స్పిరిచువాలిటీ. అదర్వైజ్ మనం స్పిరిచువాలిటీ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తూ ఈ అవార్డు ఆ అవార్డు అనే అంబిషన్ కూడా పెట్టుకోవచ్చు మనం. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ గుడ్
మనకని
దట్
కాదు ప్రభుజీ, నేను చెప్పేది ఏంటంటే ఇంత ఇది చేస్తున్నారు, ఇంత ఉన్నప్పుడు ప్రభుత్వం ఎందుకు గురి సిస్టమ్ లేదు? ఇంత జనాలు ఇంత మైండ్
అంటున్నా.
ఇచ్చేస్తుంది, అందరు చాలా శాంతంగా
చెప్పింది అర్థమైందా ప్రభు?
అర్థమైంది.
ప్రభుత్వం ఎందుకు గుర్తించట్లేదంటే కృష్ణ డోంట్ వాంట్ గవర్నమెంట్ టు రికగ్నైజ్, బికాజ్ అలా రికగ్నైజ్ చేస్తే మళ్ళీ రివర్స్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ వస్తాయి కాబట్టి. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో కృష్ణస్ మర్సీ అనుకోవాలి.
అంతేలే ప్రభు, పూసిన ప్రతి ఒక్క పువ్వు గుడి దేవుని పాదాలు చేరాలనుకుంటుంది, కానీ ప్రతి పువ్వులు పోవు కదా. కొంతమంది శవాల పైకి పోతుంది, కొంతమంది రాజకీయ నాయకులకు మెడలోకి పోతే, కొన్ని దేవుని పాదాలు చేరుతాయి. అన్నిటికీ అదృష్టం రాదు కదా, అలానే.
కరెక్ట్, ట్రూ. So thank you so much everyone. It was a very nice fruitful discussion. I hope you are getting benefited with that. So we'll try to continue. Vansha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhyaiva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, dandavat pranam to all.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna,
Thank you
dandavat pranam.
Thank you so much. హరే కృష్ణ ప్రభుజీ. ప్రభుజీ నాకు కూడా క్వశ్చన్ పెట్టరా, నేను కూడా చదువుకొని వస్తాను రేపు నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్ కి.
మీరు గ్రూప్ లో జాయిన్ అయ్యారా మాతాజీ?
లేరు ప్రభుజీ, నేను జస్ట్
గ్రూప్ లో మీరు జాయిన్ అవ్వండి, అందులో అన్ని పెడతా ఉంటాను.
నన్ను యాడ్ చేయాలి ప్రభుజీ, నాకు తెలియదు.
చేస్తాను నేను. థ్యాంక్ యూ. హరే కృష్ణ.
హరే కృష్ణ ప్రభుజీ.
హరే కృష్ణ మాతాజీ.
దండవత్ ప్రణామ్ ప్రభుజీ.
దండవత్ ప్రణామ్ మాతాజీ.